begging for big for an offering changes.
So we had 20 different viewers. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's good to know.
So at least 20 people. It was like having at least walk by, looked in our church snow state.
Be blessed. Good morning, church. Mike Fisk. There's that one at the moment. Fisk is a name around here that have been part of the Indian chorus for a long time. And Sue is there. Busy. I bet she's trying. She's been pretty consistent. She would often message me saying, boy, the sound is sweet. Oh, I have to do something, you know.
Yeah.
Either if I'm there or whatever, I can fix it.
So I got comments that last Sunday's live stream was not.
I was going to say it was miserable. Wherever I listened here, it was just terrible. But in practice time,
Is Mike using all of his ability just to all the faders to like the same point? You know, so I'll look at the tablet and he's got like all the faders, like, you know, for that. It's like, oh, he's
missing the concept.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like when you look at Simon's today. So that's what Simon had today. So he had drums way up.
Yeah, the drums here were zero. I shouldn't be had it. Because I was looking, when I was trying to think of it, I just close everything.
Yes, yes, the drums are down enough for the
Yep.
service.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes I will play with it and have it up a little bit just so I can hear it.
Yeah.
So rarely have drums.
So I had
But I can hear the shaking and stuff perfectly today.
he was really hammering it today a couple times too. It's like,
Well, yeah. When he left, I said, "Hey, I appreciate your emphasis today. It was great."
yeah.
He goes, "Oh, yeah." It's a different kind of compliment. Well, thanks for making noise. It was definitely good. That's awesome. He's actually singing with the band. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Way more than I could do. Technical question. It's quiet right now. Somebody left a purse up front, so I'm sure the guys last week at the trucking time was, back and forth thinking, it gets a little bit hairy. But just case in point, what happened was the keyboard was hard to hear. And that's just like, she just play keys. She's not playing.
Kind of a pad type.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you must be asking me about that. Back and forth here, and then we moved on Joe last weekend. That's no problem. Okay, she couldn't hear that. Or Joe said, I want to hear that. So no, Joe was saying it's too loud.
In modern ways.
Well, all she says is it's too loud. She never gives me detailed information. So, okay, I turned it down, and then 5-10 minutes later, Maria, I just can't hear this keyboard in the monitor yet. So, okay. And typically, she's better than most. But she got busy. No good, bad. It's just fix it. And then back to the business. I came up again a little bit. I really don't hear it. So, well, I got it out a lot. I put it next up to play. Oh, now, okay. Now we can hear it. But not when everything else is making noise. Okay. Then something else was going on, and Joe got involved with it. But what I ended up doing was taking the fourth monitor. Wow, that's wrong.
So you're probably
I
on.
took the fourth monitor and just jacked it up. But then I had to change Len and someone else's voices out of that monitor to make it right, just to get the balance of the keyboard stronger.
So you were looking at this channel. Wednesday, you had one before. Cranked up for the keyboard.
Yes, that was for last week. So I just cranked that up. And then I actually went to the monitor. The monitor itself is great. This is not just that channel.
Oh yeah, yeah. You had the whole monitor.
I had the whole monitor.
That's fine too.
And why does it need it?
Well, because we didn't have a monitor for it.
Is that plugged in?
Well,
Okay.
that's
Chuck's sensitivity and or comfort to do it. I mean, do you feel hurt by that kind of communication? That's
Well,
kind of weird.
it's very confusing.
It is. And the numbers of stuff didn't jive to anything you could methodology figure out. We wouldn't actually know the plan, but you can still look it up. You had it there.
I can technically prove it.
Yeah, we should just do it. Why not?
I mean, so that's where I put the stop to it, is that well, you need Peter to come tell me who gets what.
It would be nice to know what our plan was. Not
Because-
that Peter's all wise, knowing everything what
No,
we're doing.
but Pastor Rick took the project, gave it to Peter.
Okay.
Peter put everything into the Sweetwater cart, and I got to look at it for 30 seconds and say,
Yep.
technically this will work.
The
for
stuff,
us."
the stuff will be compatible. Yeah, okay.
And so the Peter, Pastor Greg, that buy, it shows up, and I get a text from Pastor Greg saying, stuff's here. Came in, I inventoried it. I said, what would you like me to do now? He goes, install it. So I installed it. And I'm assuming that the ones in the background communicated about this.
No,
They weren't.
Greg can just make it problem solved, get it done, off my desk. It's kind of
Yeah, so
that's
there's, Greg and Joe were not communicating.
almost classic. Okay, it came up again last week. She keeps making those comments, and I don't think anything's going on. So it would be nice to achieve that in some method of soft start or whatever, ramp up it. Because some couple guys already embraced it and loved it.
Oh, yeah. In the 30 seconds that I explained it to Scott and Elijah, they listened with an open mind and they got it.
Yeah.
I mean, if Joe want, if they want me to do it, I would love to just sit down with the music team and talk about it, first of all. Like, we have this option, it's personal ministers.
Once in a while, they get together for a real practice night, but that's a rarity.
But then they never invite us.
Right. It should. Or at least that would be the exceptional time, what we did the other time, you had it.
And so one time, the last time I was invited, I was thinking I was gonna, at the end, because we need to practice too. It's like I wanted to do some.
Yes.
Okay, we're done.
And they poofed, right.
Like, we just got,
That defeats the whole purpose of
Yeah.
our goals. Got it,
So-
understood.
I don't have the authority to fix it. I'm pretty far down the food chain.
You're right, but we can make the suggestion, could we do this? You guys can have a musical, fresh, new music run-throughs of introductions.
Yeah.
And then specifically, phase 2 is doing that sound stuff, practicing with it and understanding the theory involved.
Well, I would just like to present, we have this option of having personal mixers, because you say, I hear a lot, it's too high, it's too soft, I can't hear this, I can't hear that.
Right.
And it's, you know, I can't slow them down enough to listen to me, because I have to say,
Not on a Sunday morning, no.
we're happy to help. What happens is you'll say, turn this, and then your attention is as we're adjusting, we're like,
We get no secondary feedback saying, now we got it.
and we've also decided not to do sound check anymore. So by not doing sound check, you're really telling us, you kind of don't really care what you sound like.
Oh, they said really don't want to do that anymore?
They won't do it. They rush through it every time. So they don't want to do sound check, and I've stopped fighting. So I've stopped fighting, we've stopped wanting to do sound check, to cooperate with it, I've stopped fighting it. And
Yeah.
And one solution could be these, we could put some personal mixing monitors, fine, not just,
And there's
just,
two.
just listen to me, music team.
Yeah.
What this means is the output of it can either be a speaker or it could be headphones.
Yes, 2 phases, 2 directions, yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to have headphones, but we would, you can have a speaker, but it's a small speaker. What would you like? I was not at the design of it, so I don't know what's assigned to who.
Yes, that was a hopeful shot in the dark, all that kind of thing.
Right.
But Leonard's, his biggest gripe at first, utterance was, I've been wanting to be tied to by the cable
Yep.
and all this kind of
Yep.
stuff. Well, a speaker he wouldn't be, right?
No.
Right,
So,
totally free.
and Len I would give a speaker to, but
Yeah.
that decision's taken away from me.
Well, the change of having a something else, and then, no, not quite the same.
I mean, in churches that I look at, they can, sometimes they even put the modern mixers way, at the end of, they put them like way back against the wall. And once you get things dialed in, you don't need it.
Well, if it's the same people every week, they shouldn't change much, Unless you have one guy kind of play a guitar riff solo, and play it up.
So I'm happy to do it, but we have a set of parts in that I don't know gets assigned to who, and I've not been given authority to do it.
I'm willing to bet that Greg's not us thinking, take it away and give it to somebody else. He just get it done quick, kind of a soft think through. But I understand.
Well, and like these little mixing monitors, some of them came with, some of these came with, this one, this.
Good, you're right. I
Oh.
know old.
Or something. But these things should have, I mean, what do you do with them? Okay. You should have a brace or a bracket that you bolt here, and then you can hang it on your music stand.
You don't see it.
We're missing some. What was Peter's plan?
Like more of those that are attachment.
Yes.
That sounds like it's impossible.
So that's the kind of thing I'm just confused as to why.
That's a very simple question.
See, so I put labels on it, as their own channel.
Mm-hmm. And because the master for this isn't the floor up front, right?
Right, they plug in an Ethernet cable right there.
But no, there's a master in the floor, and it goes from that out to each one of these individuals.
Yes, the master and four is like a splitter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers are here.
No, these the 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers are for these. So channel 1 could always be Len. So Len could walk up at any time, do recall 1, and that's Len's settings. So even in the middle of the song, we'll say like Jill and Maria change sometimes.
Right.
Microphone.
Harmony, or?
Yeah. Well, like the microphone.
Redirect. Oh, yeah.
So the microphone's plugged into it. You got a speaker plugged into it. What do they want to hear out of that speaker? Well, what Jill wants to hear may be different than what Maria wants to hear. So Jill could, when she steps up, she can put recall 2, because she's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And now all these knobs will go, just like the board does, to what she likes to hear.
Mm-hmm.
In the song, her and Maria switch. Maria walks up and goes, recall Maria.
That's interesting. We're talking about bass and treble and mid-range and all that
All
stuff.
that stuff. And even
Which is totally secondary to this, because this has the same thing for each
yes.
individual.
So what we're doing is we're sending all 16 channels up front,
For this.
and it goes into here,
Okay.
and then they get to do their own mix.
Oh, yeah. The concept is wonderful. It's simple. Sequence of which buttons you hit. The only thing that's tough. It's not bad at all.
So I'm very confused.
Well, communications suck, and we gotta get that figured out. Because if all you need to have an official green light.
Yes.
To ease your conscience of what I'm supposed to do.
Yes. Right. I do not have a green light.
Yes, I've never understood the whole concept. It's been nothing they could give us a memo saying, well, you're on Peter's on.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, as far as I know, Peter's on because he ordered it, and
He's not been talked to, he's not been doing like, I'll put big money on that one. It just hasn't happened. Or they'd be saying, oh yeah, Peter was talking about coming up next month. And for Zippo, even the last month, we talked about it. So I'm just curious, making sure that you're not being offended in the process.